All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash, and double honors to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, and citations to the elect. Okay, this is the brother lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami, and what I'll be entitling this lesson is a message to brothers with children. Okay, all right, this video will be a video of comfort and exhortation to, you brothers out there who believe in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, who have families, okay, wives, little ones, children, sons and daughters, okay, and we know, to be in that lot, because we're in the flesh, as men and just as humans, period, okay, parents carry or sometimes experience anxieties concerning their children, okay, and us in this faith, we know that it's going to be a great time of trouble coming, okay, upon the whole world, okay, and we're all going to be tried, okay, all right, and so with that, of course, comes thoughts of worrying and anxiety, at times, about your children, about your little ones, okay, you brothers that have sons, daughters, okay, children who aren't of age yet, real young, okay, and, of course, it's normal to have those anxieties, okay, have those feelings. All right, because brothers love their children, brothers love their sons, their daughters, okay, contrary to what scoffers say, brothers take care of their families, okay, and they do a great job. Brothers are excellent fathers, to their children, okay, all right, but, all of that being said, man, the scriptures provide comfort for, those situations, man, okay. All right. And just to put it plainly, straight up and down, man, the Lord's going to take care of brothers' families. All right. Brothers, sons and daughters, they're going to be okay. Okay. And if anything ever happens to them, God forbid, brothers may lose children, lose sons and daughters, hey, the Lord said, whatever you lose for his name's sake in the gospels, you shall receive 100-fold. Okay. And again, God forbid that, brothers, children, pass on to the spiritual realm. Okay. The Most High can raise the dead. Okay. All right. Remember with, Abraham and Isaac, Isaac, the Lord told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, and, Abraham was willing to do it, knowing that the Most High had promised that through Isaac, the Most High would bless Abraham through Isaac and multiply Abraham's seed as the stars of heaven through Isaac. So Abraham knew that even if he sacrificed Isaac, the Most High was going to raise him from the dead. Okay, we read in the Gospels how Yahweh Shai raised children from the dead, raised people from the dead, period. And we believe through faith that miracles like that will be performed, okay, in these times. The Lord did say, greater work shall ye do, okay? All right, so, hey, just have faith, just believe, and continue to serve Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, with those things in mind, okay? All right, brothers, don't expect to experience your children starving to death. Okay, that judgment is for the wicked. Okay, that judgment is not for a man who's standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, preaching the word and the gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in boldness. That judgment's not for you in your house. Okay, it's just not. Okay, the Most High is going to take care of brothers' children. Brothers are going to eat. Okay, brothers' children are going to eat. Brothers are going to be protected. Brothers' houses are going to be protected. And that's just what it is. All right. So, I want to start here with Isaiah chapter 40 and 10. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. This is Isaiah 40 and 10. It says, behold, the Lord God will come with a strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Okay. And that strong hand and that arm is Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. Okay, so Yahweh Shai is coming with that reward. Okay, verse 11, it says, he shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Okay, so hey, in the times to come, trust and believe that Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua is going to take care of those who have young children. Okay, all right. That's just what the scriptures say. It's prophecy. Okay, you know, as much as we talk about prophecy, you know, oftentimes the prophecies that we go into pertain to, you know, the judgment that's coming for the wicked, you know, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. You know, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You know, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for their sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And when people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. You brothers know the precepts, you know, the missile precepts, and the famine, and the death, and the chip, you know, the concentration camps, you know. But also, you know, there's a lot of comfort. Okay, there are a lot of promises in the prophecies. There's a lot of prophecies concerning salvation, protection, okay, deliverance, miracles. There's a lot of prophecies concerning that. You can read that in the book of Psalms. You can read it all throughout Isaiah, Jeremiah, even Ezekiel, you know, Revelation, you know. And so those prophecies carry just as much weight, you know, as the prophecies concerning the destruction and the evil that's coming. And we know that destruction and evil is prepared for the wicked. Okay, all right, and for their sake came the flood. Remember, Noah and his house were delivered, okay, from the flood. Lot and his house were delivered from the destruction that came upon Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, and we have many examples in the scriptures. You know, Jacob and his family were sojourning in Canaan, you know, during the time of the great famine, and the Lord, you know, had Joseph set up in Egypt, which you know, Jacob thought that Joseph was dead, you know, because of the report that his sons gave him, but really, you know, he was actually sold, you know, to some merchants. I believe they were like Midianites, if I'm correct, Midianites or Ishmaelites, you know, and, you know, eventually he was sold into Egypt as a slave, and then the Lord rose him to prominence in Egypt, you know, and that was all for the purpose of delivering Jacob and Israel, you know, Jacob and his family from the famine that came upon the land, you know, and they, you know, had the land of Goshen. You brothers know the stories. Okay, so, you know, the Lord is always taking care of the men of the Lord and their families. He's always done it, you know, and he's going to continue to do it. Okay, we just have to be the ones to remain diligent and believe in these promises and in these prophecies, man. It just is what it is, man. Okay, we have to submit ourselves to the word of the Lord, man. We have to have faith in what he says, you know, or else, you know, we will be found in the stead of those who believe that the Lord is a liar, and we know that the Lord is not a liar. Okay, all right, he is not a man that he should lie, neither is he the son of man that he should repent. Okay, all right, so this is Acts chapter 16, verse 31. It says, and they said, believe on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and thou shalt be saved in thine house. Okay, and they spake unto him the word of the Lord, and to all that were in his house. Okay, so, you know, hey, if you believe in Yahushua, okay, you're going to be saved. And those who come under your order in your house, they're going to be saved too. Okay, all right, through your faith, man. All right, so, you know, that's what the scriptures say, and so that's what we believe. You know, that's just what it is. All right, I'm going to get 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. It says, 2 Ezra 2 and 27, it says, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Okay, so when the time of Jacob's trouble really starts to pop off, you know, and get real hectic, the Lord is going to make sure that we good, man. Okay, the Lord's going to make sure that his elect, his remnant, those that have returned and repented before Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua are going to be taken care of. Okay, as well as your children. Okay, all right. You know, we have to remember that You know, we're the children of Abraham, okay? The Lord's friend, okay? Abraham believed in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, and therefore he is called the friend of God, you know. And you know, the Lord spake to Abraham that he would bless Abraham and his seed, you know, his children, you know, through Isaac, through Jacob, you know, the 12 tribes, the covenant. We know all of that, right? You know, and they which are of the faith of the same are blessed with faithful Abraham. You know, and the Lord promised to Abraham, you know, I will bless thee and thy seed after thee. So, you know, for brothers with children, you got to know that you serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is putting a hedge of protection even around your own children too, man. Okay? All right, you got to know that, man. Okay, our children are just as much under the covenant and the promises that the Most High made with Abraham as we are. Okay, even though, of course, they not on the highways and byways and, you know, prophesying and stuff and putting videos up. You know, they're still underneath that covenant. You know, they're still underneath that covenant. All right, let's go to Psalm chapter 37. Psalm 37 and 25, it says, I'll start at verse 23. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. Okay, so, you know, for brothers in the truth, man, your steps are ordered by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Lord guides our steps, man. We ain't just walking around the earth without any guide and nobody taking care of us, you know, nobody watching over us in the heavens, man. The Lord is watching over us, his son watching over us, the angels are watching over us, okay? Okay. And the Lord delights in us, man, you know, because, you know, he's caused us to turn to him, you know, and the Lord loves that, you know. The Lord is not looking at our sacrifice, you know, with disdain, you know. He's not looking at us, you know, with hatred in mind. No, the Lord said, the thoughts that I have for you are thoughts of peace, you know, and not of evil, to give you an expected end, you know. And it says, though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand, man. So the Lord is the one who upholds us. Okay, verse 25, it says, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. His seed is blessed. All right, brothers have seeds, man. Brothers have children. Okay, brothers have little ones. Okay. All right, so the Lord said, you know, our children are not going to, brothers' children are not going to suffer famine. They're not going to be begging bread. They're not going to be forsaken. Okay. Matter of fact, the Lord is going to bless brothers so abundantly that we're going to be able to be charitable even more to one another in the time of trouble, man. And our children are going to be blessed, man. You know. And hey, again, you know, for brothers who have or who may, God forbid, in any time of the future, you know, lose their children to the grave, you know, that's not a loss, man. The Lord said, mourn not as others who have no hope, you know, because those who have died in the Lord shall be risen first. Okay, Hebrews 11 verse 35, it says, women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Yeah. Okay. So even if that were to happen, Lord forbid, the Lord can raise your children from the dead, and the Lord could use you to do it. Okay. Or a brother to do it, or an angel to do it, or just by miracle do it. It can happen, man. You know, believe in miracles. We believe in miracles, man. We believe in Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and Yahweh Shai performed many miracles. He himself raised the dead. You know, he raised children from the dead. You know, this is Luke chapter 7, verse 11, it says, "And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city named Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. Now when he came nigh to the gate of the city, behold, there was a dead man carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow, and much people of the city was with her. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her, and said unto her, Weep not. And he came and touched the bier, and they that bare him stood still." One second, I gotta look up that word buyer. The Wi-Fi is acting up, so I'm gonna have to go to another device and look it up. Give me 1 second. The beer definition. Okay, the burr is a noun, a movable frame on which a coffin or a corpse is placed before burial or cremation, or on which it is carried to the grave. Okay, so basically it's the frame that holds the coffin. Okay, all right, and it says, "And when he came, he touched the bier, and they that bare him stood still. And he said, Young man, I say unto thee, arise. And he that was dead sat up and began to speak, and he delivered him to his mother. And there came a fear on all, and they glorified God, saying that a great prophet is risen up among us, and that God hath visited his people." Okay, all right, now, when you read these, when we read these different accounts of the Yahushua performing miracles, okay, and many of Yahushua's disciples perform miracles too, similar miracles, okay. There's often, we often are able to draw, the allegory behind it, the metaphoric meaning behind it, and there's nothing wrong with that, because, the Lord deals with parables and allegories. And we know that, through reading the scriptures. He deals with figures and symbolisms and proverbs and parables, right? But nonetheless, that shouldn't take away, from us the actual literal event that happened. There was a dead man, okay, and they were carrying him to his grave. He was dead. All right. They had already prepared his body to be buried, and Yahushua told him, arise. Okay. Touched the frame of his coffin and told him to arise, and he rose from the dead. Same thing happened with Lazarus, the damsel, and many other situations like that. In this situation here, we can clearly see that, in the spirit, if you look at it through the spirit, the Lord raising Israel from the dead, all right, and the widow being a type or metaphor for Jerusalem, but nonetheless, there was still a man who was literally dead in this situation, and the Most High spoke to him, and he arose from the dead, and they glorified the Lord because of this, and so we have to believe, man. We have to believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that he can perform these things for us in our lives in real time. Okay. All right. Just as it was in those times, it's going to happen again. Okay. And even greater works than these, because Yahushai hath gone to his Father. Okay. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying and comforting to Akim. Those were all the precepts that I had, man. If ever any of those anxieties ever creep up or come up, in your mind, pray to the Lord, man. Cast burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachahodash, and double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.